Alright, it's just gonna be a lot of editing because I don't want to read anymore. I'm just gonna talk to you like you were in my living room. Okay, first up, and forgive me for not having all the theatrics. I feel an extreme urgency here. It would take me a while to put on background music and the text and stuff. My main job right now is kind of as prophet, as I'm warning you about the impending doom, the upcoming deception. And again, I've looked at all the YouTube videos, like Antichrist revealed. Go ahead and type that up on YouTube. My video is like ninth. A lot of them are going to be talking about the Pope, maybe a couple conjectures about Obama, stuff like that. And maybe the Maitreya is involved in there as well. But I just did get a comment on my last video that someone does believe it is the Maitreya, and yes, I am leading into that. However, we don't know who the Maitreya is. He's made random appearances throughout the world, but we'll get into that and why it is Maitreya related and New Age related. That will be the supra religion rather than Catholicism, which is what everyone thinks it will be. My job is to basically understand all knowledge and also just the mysteries of the world. You know, everything from Chupacabra to the Mothman to UFOs. You know, my personal conviction is that they're just not there. They're just not made up. Back when I was a young Christian, not knowing much, you know, so excited about discovering the truth about Jesus. And you know, atheists, agnostics would ask me, okay, so what about all the Greek gods? What about all the, you know, all these other gods? You think they're just made up and yours is real? And my response back then was, yeah, people just want to cling to religion and guns. Yeah, you see where you fall there. So in the same way, I'm going to talk about UFOs today. And a lot of the Christians want to just turn this off, you know. Let me start with this. If you don't believe in UFOs after what I'm about to tell you, you have no right to believe in the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I guess you can if you want, but you're going to look absolutely ridiculous using the exact same defenses to defend the resurrection as yeah, and you just bat away all the other UFO proofs, if you will. Okay, so and I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about manuscript evidence. I'm talking about how Jesus appeared to 500 at one time, and there's no such thing as mass hallucination. You know, we can't 500 people can't all smoke the same thing and see the same hallucination. So how do you explain thousands seeing the same object? And this is, it goes down to Roswell, Bentwaters, Phoenix Lights incidents. And no, the second one that you see for the Phoenix Lights are military flares, but that's not what thousands of people saw. Most recent, what, O'Hare, just a ton of Hudson River Valley, huge, big old sightings there. Okay, you need to go ahead, explain those away. What are you going to say? Oh, Christian. Usually, most of the time, I hear, oh, they're just delusional. They're just seeing things. You know, they weren't really sure. Okay, and then go ahead and try to evangelize thereafter and tell them why they should believe in Jesus. And they'll say to you, oh, you're just seeing things. It's just, you know, those people back in, and that was, and these are eyewitnesses we're talking about who saw UFOs. We believe the testimony of our brothers before us, who claim to be eyewitnesses, and we find that their eyewitness accounts are credible because of the manuscript evidence and then some. So anyways, please look into this. You'll look completely silly, and I'm just telling you up front, especially as the sightings become more frequent. Speaking to a MUFON representative, MUFON.org. They've been around here in the Philadelphia area, and they've said the sightings have tripled in this year alone from last year. It's just exponentially increasing. UFOs are extra-dimensional, not extraterrestrial. Okay, so all the main accounts that I mentioned, Roswell, Bentwaters, Hudson River Valley, just Phoenix Lights. Look into those yourself and draw conclusions from it from an objective point of view. Don't just say there's no such thing, this is crazy. Okay, it is crazy, but you believe in the supernatural God who was guiding the Israelites with a pillar of fire and by clouds, and he parted the Red Sea, and then you think UFOs are crazy. Okay. All right. So, but what's the deal with them? Why are they here? They are the centerpiece for the upcoming deception. That's the only way this makes sense. As you look into UFO accounts, you'll notice that the crafts have very strange patterns, if you will. Well, one, they float. They're flying. They're hovering. That's strange enough to begin with, but it's these moments when they defy the physical laws of the universe that should raise your eyebrows. That's one thing. By that I mean they go faster than the speed of sound without creating a sonic boom. They make right turns, sharp right turns at such velocities that you know, any human in there or any matter for that matter would disintegrate, and it's just like, you know, you're gone. Okay, how is it that something of this universe can defy the laws set by this universe? Have they transcended? You know, have they figured out a way to go around the law? No. The only way that makes sense is that they're not from this universe or this dimension. They're not following these rules. Okay, it's like I don't want to pull out Flatlands. You know, like here's my hand, right? Okay, check it out. Here's my hand. Two-dimensional plane, right? Okay, I have a three-dimensional object coming right here. Okay, look, I make it pop up. Whoop! There it is in one spot. Okay, and I jump back. My finger is still underneath the two-dimensional plane. It's doing all sorts of crazy stuff right now. But then it pops up. Whoop! Back here now. Okay, but in the two-dimensional plane, it just looks like some circular form popped up here and here quickly. But in another dimension, I was jumping around every which way. Okay, just to kind of illustrate. And that's how they are not of this dimension, okay? And who aren't of this dimension in the biblical worldview, angels and demons, okay? Now we got to figure out who these UFO people are and whether they're good or evil people. And to look into that, now you got to look into abductions and things like that. And this becomes a little bit more strange, but again, we have enough accounts out there, stories and scars to prove this. But anyhow, a lot of them tell the exact same story, and the story goes something like, they took me on the ship, and it was all like they communicated telepathically. I was scared to death. It was crazy. I was frightened. I hated every moment of it. They probed me, and I think they stuck something in me. It was some sexual stuff. They were putting stuff in me. And every interview that I see, the conclusion at the end of it is, but I think they're here to help us. And what they usually show is how to create world peace and how this and that, how to stop wars and disease and fix this. It's because, you know, they're our fathers. They're our, they know they were here before us. They've established a utopia on their planet. So they're kind of been watching over us. They're just waiting until we completely hit the fan, hit the wall here, and then they'll come in and help us out. That's how, that's what they usually say. And it's just strange to me how they start off so, the smell is horrible, the feeling is horrible. It's like, it's almost hellacious. And yet in the end, their conclusion is, but I like them, they're my friends. Very brainwashy. Watch to see just a couple of these interviews. It's crazy. And very similar to me, the work of the devil and the stuff that they say. It's just strange how they would travel 8 gazillion light years just to change your philosophical views and tell you that the Bible's crap and Jesus is not Lord. Just a little strange to me. But that's what I mean by UFOs are extra-dimensional, not extraterrestrial. So no, they are not from another planet. But they will pretend to be that.